It's morning here anyway. I don't know what time it is there. It's Granny again. Granny's having a cup of coffee. It's a quiet day in the cottage today. Grampy's got a cold and he's gone to St Mawes to take it away from Granny, which is very kind of him because I don't want to get a cold. And I'm here on my own in the cottage and I'm pottering around, doing a bit of this and a bit of that. And I thought, actually, what I'd like to do today is spend some time with Jack and Daisy. That's what I'd really like to do. I can't properly, but I thought, well, I'll do a video and we'll do something together. So what I thought we'd do today is just think about Christmas and Christmas decorations, because it's nearly time for Christmas. It's about 3 weeks away. And this is the time that we need to kind of prepare things. So I've been making a Christmas cake, for example, which is already in the cupboard because it has to sit there for a few weeks to become a really moist Christmas cake. And I was thinking about doing some decorations for the tree. So I thought we'd do some decorations for the tree today. And also we'd combine it with a bit of what Granny really likes, which is baking. So we're going to make some salt dough. Some dough, it's a bit like Play-Doh, it's a bit like modelling clay, but we're going to make it ourselves. And what we need is flour, salt and water. So you need to have your flour and your salt and your water ready. And you need a bowl. Now I'm going to use a little bowl because I'm not going to make too many ornaments today. I'm just showing you how it can be done. Now my little bowl, I need 4 bowls of flour, 1 bowl of salt and 1.5 bowls of warm water. And I'm going to mix them together. So I've got my flour here. So I've got 1 bowl of flour and 2 bowls of flour, 3 bowls of flour and 4 bowls of flour. And then I hope you've got a lot of salt in the kitchen. Granny's got loads. I'm going to do 1 bowl of salt. Now the reason we put salt in is because salt helps preserve things. It makes them last a long time. So you can tell that this dough is not going to be a dough that you want to eat, but we'll do some of that later. Oh, got to spilt a load of salt. So one bowl of salt in there. And then I need to get some warm water, and I need 1.5 bowls of warm water. One and a half. Okay, and then I'm going to mix it up with my fork. And it's going to get really doughy, but when it gets really doughy, I have to pick it up with my hands and model it into a ball of dough. I thought you might like doing this because I know when you came to stay, we had a lot of fun using the modelling clay, didn't we? So I thought you might like doing this, and the cooking part of it is very simple. But you don't have to cook these things. I'll talk to you about that in a bit. There are other ways that you can make ornaments for your tree. So that's fairly mixed up. Now I'm going to get hold of it with my hands and I'm going to try and model it into a big ball. Now, I might need a little bit more water because it feels a bit dry to me. So I think I'm going to put a bit more water in. just a tad, to try and get it to get more sticky. That's better. This is a really fun thing to do because you get your hands in with all that flour and goo. And if you wanted to, if you've got any food colouring, you could colour your baubles that you're making. But actually, if you leave them this colour, what we're going to do when we've made them is we're going to paint them, and we're going to stick glitter on them and make them really pretty for the Christmas tree. So it's fine to leave it this colour. I'm going to leave mine this colour. Now that feels okay, but it still feels a little bit dry. So I'm just going to put a little bit more water in the bowl, just a tiny bit. And squidge that in. Can you hear it squidging? It's lovely. It's a really nice thing to do. Oh, you need to be quite strong. I think Jack will be good at doing this. But I think Daisy will be really good at it as well because you're both very strong. There we are. There we are. So I've got a nice ball of salt dough. Now, if you wanted to, you don't have to make the salt dough. If you've got your own modelling clay, you can use that. So that would be great, wouldn't it? I haven't got any modelling clay at the moment because when you came to stay here, we used it all up. So I'm going to take a piece of greaseproof paper now and lay it down, and I'm going to put some flour on my greaseproof paper because I don't want my salt dough to stick while I'm rolling it out. And I'm going to put some flour over the top of it, and then I'm going to put a piece of greaseproof paper over the top. And I'm going to get my rolling pin and I'm going to start rolling it. I better move my coffee out of the way because I think it's likely to go whizzing off the table at this rate. So I'm flattening it out. We're going to roll it out. And to get the rolling pin out, I think Mummy's got one, hasn't she? You've got a rolling pin? If not, you can find a tube of, well, anything round really, and just roll it over the top. I think Mummy will have a rolling pin. Daddy might even have a rolling pin. Now we're going to roll it out so it's not too thick and it's not too thin. It needs to be, if you think about what an ornament might look like on a tree. And we also need to not make it too thin because the salt dough as it dries might crack. And if it's too thin, it may not last. It might just crack open. Now, this is the fun bit. This is, I'm just going to do it a bit more. It's not sticking, so that's fine. There we are. Now, I've got some cutters. Now, I bought them specially and I'm going to send them to you so that you can use these. Here's a Christmas tree cutter. So that's a really nice one for a Christmas decoration. And if we put it down, is there a right way or a wrong way? I don't think so. That way. If you press it down on the dough, it's like making cookies. I'm sure you've done this before. You lift it out and what you get is a really good Christmas tree made of salt dough. Now, the clever thing to do now though is you get a straw. It can be a plastic straw, a metal straw, paper straw, any straw. And you put it right into the dough where you want the hole to be from which you are going to hang your Christmas decoration. So can you see it's got a hole? And I'm sending you some nice coloured cord that you can put through the hole to hang on your Christmas tree, or you can use string. I'm going to use string. We're going to hang them like that. Now if we hang them now, this is still soft because it's not cooked, so it'll fall off. So what we're going to do is bake these things like we do the modelling clay sometimes. So I'm going to put that on a baking tray. I'm going to cover the baking tray with a piece of greaseproof paper. I'm going to put it on the tray like that. And then I'll do one more because I've got another shape which is very Christmassy for you, a star, which is lovely. So we'll do one of those. Come on out. Oh, what a great star. There's a great star. And then I'm going to do the hole. Don't ever forget to do the hole because you won't be able to hang anything on the tree if you don't do the holes. The holes are vital. You push it right through like that. Oh, that's stayed in, hasn't it? There we are. And then we've got a lovely hole in our star. Okay, now I've also done some round ones, so I've got a round shape, but I'm sure Mummy will have round shapes and other shape cutters, so I won't send you the round one because I'm pretty sure that you will have something like that. Okay, but what you can do if you like is use your star one to make a shape on your Christmas decoration by pressing it just slightly into it, and then you get a star shape. Okay, so I'm going to have to do the hole for that, aren't I? Because I keep saying don't forget the hole. So Granny, don't forget the hole. There we are. And there's another bauble to go on the tree. So these are going in the oven. The oven goes on, Mummy and Daddy, at very, very low, the lowest setting that you can possibly do. And it needs a couple of hours, and you need to turn them every now and again so that they completely dry out. So I'm going to put those in the oven. There we are, and they're going to cook. Now, what Granny did yesterday is she made some yesterday to show you what they look like when they come out of the oven. So I'm just going to get rid of this dough. And show you the ones that I did yesterday. So this was my round one. I did a round one with a couple of lines on it. I did a very small round one. I did an oval shaped one with I did some stamping of the straw. I went like that on it to make a pattern on it before I cooked it. I used a tiny little Christmas tree cutter that I've got to do a shape on this one like we did just now. I did a moon shaped one. Can you imagine Santa flying by the moon and his sleigh? And I also did a gingerbread man shape. But we're going to come back to gingerbread men in a bit. So what we're going to do with these when they're done is all sorts of things that we can choose to do. I'll just have a little bit of my coffee. I've got some glitter. Now, to use the glitter, I need, let's move let's move some stuff out of the way. Let's put those on there. Now, what did I do with the glitter? Here's the glitter. Okay, I'm going to move this piece of greaseproof paper over here to catch the glitter, because as we all know, glitter gets everywhere. And Mummy and Daddy might be quite unsure about Granny suggesting using glitter. But if you use some paper, it doesn't have to make a big mess, and it is quite fun. So I've got some glue here, which, yes, I can get the top off. And I've also got some of the Mod Podge glue, water-based glue as well. So with these, I'm going to put some glue on my tree. You need some brushes to brush it on the bit that you want to cover. So I'm just going to put glue on the tree in the middle, the shape in the middle at the moment. And then I'm going to shake some glitter on that bit. And I'm going to hope that some of the glitter sticks. I'm going to tap it, and look, I've got this really nice shiny Christmas tree in the middle of my bauble. So what I'm going to do now is put some glue around the rest of the bauble. Now, Christmas colours do tend to be red and green, but you can do any colour that you like. Of course you can. But I'm going to do red on this one. So I've got some red glitter. And I'm going to sprinkle some red glitter around the edge of my bauble, around my Christmas tree. Like that. I'm going to shake it a bit to try and get it to stick. I'm going to bang it. There. And there's my first Christmas tree decoration. And what I can do is get a piece of string, put it through the hole, and then I can hang it from the Christmas tree. Isn't that cool? So let's just do another one. Let's do I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one that's got 2 lines on it, and I'm going to paint the glue on the middle bit like that, and I'm going to put some gold glitter on this one. And by the way, don't worry, because Granny is going to send you this glitter. You will have this glitter to use. So I'm going to just tap it slightly, and then I'm going to bang it, and I've got a really glittery middle. So that's really nice. Now you don't have to use glitter. There's also some sequins that I'm going to send you, and glittery things. So I've got some stars here. So instead of using glitter around the outside of this, I'm going to put my glue on. As carefully as I can. Okay, You can do the sort of edges as well if you want. And then I'm going to, what did I do with those sequins? Oh, there they are. These little stars. I'm going to sprinkle them on the glue. And hope that they stick. And they have. And there we have another really pretty bauble for the tree. And we get the string, and we do what we did before, and we put the string through, and we can create our bauble. So we've got 2 baubles now, and they're really, really pretty. And finally, you don't have to use glue. If you want to just paint them, you can paint them. So I've got some sparkly paint. It doesn't have to be sparkly, but of course at Christmas we do as much sparkly stuff as we can, don't we? It's a good excuse to be sparkly. So with this, I can just paint it with paint. It doesn't have to be glued, and it doesn't have to have sequins. It doesn't have to have anything. It can just be painted. Ooh. And do what you think you like best. But they can be quite pretty. And this sparkly paint is particularly fun, but I mean, what you could do is just put ordinary paint on and then put glitter on again. So shall I do that? Shall I just put some sparkly glitter on there? And it sticks. Yay! So that is my 3rd Christmas decoration. Now, it did occur to me that you might not want to be bothered to make the salt dough. So what I've also got to send you is some things that are already made. So for example, I've got some wooden ones. So they're already done. If you don't want to, if you get up one morning and you think, oh, I'd like to do a Christmas decoration, but I haven't got time to make the salt dough, you've got some wooden ones to do. Now the wooden ones are just the same. So you can put your glue on, you can put your paint on, you can sprinkle your glitter or your sequins wherever you want. So I thought these were nice because they've got different shapes, so they'll make it a little bit more interesting for your tree. But I also thought you could, just to give an example, you could add some stickers onto it. So I'm sending you some Christmas stickers as well. So I've got, for example, these little stockings, little Christmas stockings, and they've got a little sticky pad on the other side. And I've also got these little Santa faces, which have also got sticky pads on the other side. And I thought what I could do here is stick some of these things onto my wooden bauble. Oh, I just took it off, didn't I? That was silly of me. Why did I take it off? Let me wipe my hands. Getting paint everywhere. I think what I did then was I took the whole yes, I did. I took the whole sticky thing off. That was silly of me. So we can put Santa in the middle of our bauble like that. So don't do what Granny did. Don't pull off the whole sticky thing. It's got a very fine piece of protective paper that you have to peel off. So we'll put a stocking there. And have I already peeled that off? No. And a stocking there. There we are. And what you can do after that, of course, is put some glue onto it, as we have been doing, and spread it where you want the glue to be. I think I've put a bit too much on there. But you can spread it around the stickers. Like that. Stickers are quite fun for doing Christmas decorations. You can get some really nice ones, but the ones I'm sending are quite cool. We'll do some more stuff with stickers in a minute. So I could sprinkle some of these sequin stars. Just tap them down to make sure they make contact with glue. Oh, that's stuck to me completely, that one. Stick to the glue, not me. Okay, and then I can sprinkle some glitter as well. Tap it to try and get the glitter to stick to the glue. Tap it down, get it off, get what's left off, what's not sticking. And then you've got a really nice wooden bauble as well. And as before, you can get a piece of cord or a piece of string. Oh, can't get this one through. Do I need something a little bit finer, do I? Or will it go through? I'll have to do that later because it's not quite going through. But I think the cord will go through. Let's have a look. Yeah, the cord has gone through. So the cord that you've got from Granny, that will work. And that looks really good, doesn't it? Looks great. As well as the wooden shapes, I'm also sending you some ready-made clay ones. These look like salt dough ones, but they're actually made of clay. And obviously, again, if you feel you want to make some decorations and you don't feel that you've got the time or you can't be bothered to make the salt dough, you can just do one of these little stars and put some glue on it. And then sprinkle it with whatever, or paint a picture on it. You could paint your own little Christmas pictures, a robin or a snowman. There we are. And that one's really pretty too. So you can do those without having to make the salt dough. And this one's got 2 holes, so you hang it so that the star hangs equally well from the tree. So Granny's just made 5 really nice Christmas baubles. Now, just finally, before we end, I have sent you some that have already got pictures on them. So this is a wooden gingerbread man one. a wooden snowman, a wooden reindeer, a wooden angel, and a wooden Father Christmas. Now, obviously with those, you could use your felt tip pens, or you could use your acrylic pens, or you could use any paints that you've got. And you can colour those in and put your cord through the holes, and you've got some Christmas decorations there as well. And of course, when you've done that, you could also put glitter on them if you wanted to, by putting some glue over the top and sprinkling your glitter on them, or you could do something on the other side. So they're all coming to you. There's lots of nice things for you to do. And I'm going to do another video in a minute that you can do another time, where we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to take a break now. Love you loads. Bye bye.